All right, all right. Everyone calm down. We made it. We don't need everyone freaking out. Start with the news. Market Watch. Well, it's only showing someone talking at 9:20. I still don't know why I go to this site when I always go check this one anyways. All right, so if we're done by 11, we're not going to get hit with any news events, but 11:30, 3 and 6 month bill auction. I don't know if those are going to do anything, but can't hurt to be careful. Got CPI tomorrow. And PP News on Friday. We don't trade that early anyways, but market should be moving those mornings. So what we got going on here, for anyone who doesn't know, oh frick, two bots running on their own accounts, trying to see if they can pass them. They're only 1 week in. This guy over here is trading on 3 micros per entry, but it gets into up to 3 entries per trade per setup. So 9 micros max. I was debating on, or wait, and this one over here trades 5 micros at a time. On Nasdaq, I was strongly debating cranking those up this week. If you saw, I did a back test session last week. Posted the video about that for these two guys down here trading minis, and they both did very well last week. So I think like when we see that they're doing well, I should run them aggressively. At the same time, I didn't turn them up because we had a very good week last week running them, and it would, even though they're bots, it would still affect me emotionally if we turn them up and then they happen to have red days today, which is a very real possibility. But I don't want to do that. So we're just going to leave those accounts where they are. I think it's best to probably, whatever contract size you decide to run, like if you're using like a prop firm, to just run that account size on that account, run that size, that position size on that account at all times. Don't ever adjust it, because once you start adjusting it, then it messes with you. Because if you, like for instance, if I had all green days last week and then this week I doubled my size, then ended up having a losing day, that takes a big hit to that account just because I increase the size. So I think it's best, at least for me, to just leave them alone. Cracks, what's going on? Anybody else watch the game last night? That's why I'm tired. Chiefs are good. I was rooting for them, but I think they got a little lucky there. We'll see if they could do it again next year. I want to try to pay attention to that one setup I was talking about maybe a couple weeks ago. This is pre-market, so it's not as clear. It's a little sloppy, but specifically on the 30-second chart, I think obviously I could run it on different time frames, but when we have this can work in either direction, but I'm running the two bots on two accounts. They're both on one. They're both on their own accounts. So this one's on number 28. See that? And then this one's on, I think that might be cut off. But anyways, that one's on 27. I'm going to have to make a spreadsheet of all the accounts I have as we grow them, what strategies are running on them, what are the settings that I'm running on them, just in case any of this stuff, in case like Quant Tower takes a crap on me one day and then I lose everything. But this setup I like when we have a fair value gap in one direction, and then just a few candles later, a fair value gap in the opposite direction. And then take the second gap. So when you see this, take the second one, stop up here, enter in the gap, and then I want to code this. And then I could code a variable so I could target 1-to-1s, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2s, I could change it and then just run tests. I want to build that bot, and I'm kind of thinking I should do it on a stream, like on a weekend. And anyone who's interested, you can see how that works, and we can build it together. I think it'd be interesting. Of course, if you're not into coding at all, it might be a little boring, but I usually check my code often, so I'm usually pulling up the charts pretty often to make sure what I'm doing is right, so it wouldn't be just like a wall of text the whole stream. Yeah, no problem, Cracks. These are both 50K accounts. I really wanted to run them on minis, but this one hit like 2K in drawdown last week, I think, on that video. Oh, this one, Ratbot 1 hit 2,000 in drawdown, and the 50Ks are 2,500 in drawdown. So if you had started a 50K account last week with this one and ran it on minis, I mean, that would have been scary. Got to 2,000, but it would have passed. I'm not guaranteeing that these are going to do that, but last week it worked. And then the other one, got up to 2,600 and you need 3,000. That one hit 900 in drawdown. So I was really debating on putting this one just on minis. If anyone thinks I should just run it on minis, I'll do it, but it might be better to just start a new account. Or actually, this one's in the red for some reason. I don't understand how. I don't remember what we did in the beginning of the week. Should we just run it on minis? Does Apex is still 80% off, so worst case, it's like $30 to get a new one. Hoping you say that cracks. Where is... What did I say this one? It was 27. Jason. Haven't seen you in a minute. Taking breaks is a good thing to do sometimes. You feeling better about it? And just want to let you know, this month we've been doing weekly giveaways on Fridays for members, and you have been entered into them. You're in the list. Unfortunately, your name wasn't picked the last 2 weeks, but there's still a chance this Friday and next Friday. But if you win and you're not here, I have your Discord. I'll message you. Just wanted to let you know that you're not missing out on any of that. All right, Cracks. This is all set up on mini. So if we lose the account, that's on you, buddy. I say go for it because it's already in the red by like a couple $100. So, and last week's performance was really good. So we'll see if it continues this week's, and go from there. That one on the left is up 1,000 from last week with the contracts it's using. So I'm just going to let it keep doing its thing. But this one, we'll see if we can catch up. And we're in. Oh my God, Cracks. That was on. Oh my God. I didn't change the quantity. That was 5 minis. I knew I forgot. I was like, "Wait, why is that up so much money right now?" Jesus, that was a $780 win. I was like, "How is it up $200? I thought I'm only aiming for 8 points on these trades." I forgot to change the quantity. Jesus. Oh, yeah, we went for it, alright. That never works in my favor, accidents like that. Oh my god. My brain, like, I saw the numbers of the you know, how it shows how much you're up or down on the order, and, like, my brain, like, short-circuited for a second. I'm like, "Wait a second, these numbers don't look right at all." And then it said 5. Jesus Christ. We should just we should just wrap it up now. Mm. This thing might just pass this account today. It's after 2 trades, it's already up $930. Oh my god. That got us out of the green, gave us a buffer for the day. When I said I was gonna be aggressive, I didn't mean 5 mini aggressive. That's not over the limit on that account, right? Surely it would have prevented us from entering if it was too many contracts. 50K. Oh damn, the 50K lets you trade 10 minis. There's no way. And the profit goal is only 3,000. So how many 3,000 divided by 20 a point is 150 points you need. So if you did 10 minis, you could pass an account with 15 points. Yeah, if you wanted, if I see people talking about it and stuff, and if you wanted to just quickly pass accounts, which I don't recommend because, I mean, you need to do this to be able to get a payout. So passing account does not mean you're going to get a payout. Um, but when they have their sales, get double the accounts you want. Max contracts at open, long half of them, short the other half. Boom, you're going to pass half. You should pass half of them. I like this. I like where we just came back. That guy right there. Do we have a reason to go higher?
Order filled. Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
I did not do any market analysis. I like the how we dip down, displaced up. Oh 59. We took out those lows and creating this gap on the way up. I'm just looking for 60 up here at these highs. Oh, these are all-time highs. I keep forgetting to look at that. I mean, I guess that shouldn't matter, right? But just gets in our heads like, what are the chances we make new all-time highs again today? Come on. The 1 minute's looking good. Joseph, you missed it. I was talking about how I wanted to be a little more aggressive today. So we switched the spot to minis. I was on 5 micros. So I switched it to minis and it entered a trade and I forgot to change my quantity. So it was on 5 minis. But the trade worked out. So it gave us a nice massive win to start the day. I'm in longs on this guy up here, and then on our TopStep account on Tradeovate. Yeah, maybe if we can keep making mistakes like that. This is kind of scary, but it's okay. Market's coming back into this gap, and then see if we could turn around in here. I guess this move up could have been going to take out liquidity, though. Hey, come here. Love and Delta. How's it going? Graham. Got all the OGs in the house today. I'll probably make a short out of that mistake earlier, so you guys just stay tuned to watch that. Or you can scrub back on the video. But the first, right at market open, this bot down here, I had the wrong quantity selected. It took a 5 mini win on accident, which never happens. So once again, we've got a setup that I get in way too early. And if I just wait for the market to come back, it lets me get it would have let me get in a much better position. Oh. What am I doing? Yeah, I didn't leave it on 5 minis Delta. I was switching it from micros. I wanted to go from 5 micros to 1 mini, and I put it on minis and left the quantity still on 5. After that trade, I didn't realize it for a second, but luckily the market moved quick and we got out. Then I switched it to one mini instead of 5. All right, maybe this guy is not going to go back up. I think we just get out, try again,
Order filled.
wait for a different setup. what I saw was these lows were taken out. We dipped down right at market open, displaced up. I guess it could still work out, but we should have waited to enter until we were down into this 1 minute gap. And then I was really just targeting these highs back here. Unfortunately, market didn't want to give that to us yet. What's going on, Bubba? Were you doing that on purpose, Delta? This trade could still work. Yeah, that could. How'd you keep doing it? How'd you keep doing that for a number of days? I don't know if I want to re-enter down here. Probably just wait for the market to move out of this area, create something different instead of trying to take another play on the same setup. I see. It's a 12-point risk down here.
Order filled.
Just thinking that if that 1 minute does hold, it's a good risk to reward if it did hold. I guess until we get out of, unless we break these lows, I'm going to think that we're going to go higher just from that move this morning. Dip down, take out liquidity. We displace up, then we slowly grind down. Maybe we can, no, we'll see. I think it's a valid setup. It makes sense. That sure seemed like we were going to have a strong candle there. Very nice. Are you using the checkbox strategy? making sure everything lines up. Very nice. If we were to make it up to these highs, we might have to take it there, because if the market's not willing to go all the way up to 60, we got to just take what it's willing to give us. And on this displacement up, the market coming back to the highs it created would be the highest probability. I like that. We're in another one of those classic battles where one of the bots wants lower prices, I want higher prices. I think it's taken more losing trades today so far. It's just up because of that mistake in the beginning, which we both can win. My stop is beneath its take profit, but it would be nice if we don't go down there. Yeah, this is more of a like a science experiment just to see what happens if I just leave it alone. You very well could do, or you very well could manage these trades after it gets in. Like, instead of letting this continue to go up, I could just exit it, but I more so just want to see what happens. And it's an account that costs $30, so I think it's worth it. So it just exited that because it thinks it's going to go up higher now. If we keep trading like this, just up this chop, if we just stay in this chop's going to probably get destroyed. I don't think it likes when price does this. I thought it liked trending days, but all the little pullbacks on a trending day, it gets into those. And a lot of times, by the time it gets in, the pullback's over and it takes a loss. So I'm not sure how to overcome that, except maybe running on a different time frame, because I have it running on a 30-second Heiken Ashi. So those little pullbacks on the 30-second look like we're about to reverse. I think if it was on a minute or a higher time frame, it wouldn't get in. How I want to be able to figure out how to automate that though, instead of me having to decide, oh, we're trending now, so switch it. I guess if we like, I don't know, break through highs or something, then switch to a higher time frame. Oh man. Starting to debate in me head of just getting out of this, because this kind of sucks. Yeah, and we're just not doing anything.
Order
This
cancelled.
is our funded account. I'm gonna just secure what we have there. We're down $60 now, so basically break even. This account I can willing to be a little more aggressive on, just because it's a Apex account. And of course we exit, and then God, just take that. That would have been a nice extra 10 points on the funded, but oh well. If the market's not willing to like what McLovin's saying, if it's not going to give us a clear setup, well, this is a clear setup to me. It's just the market is being kind of a bee today. Right at open, dip down, take out liquidity. That wick right here, underneath those lows on the 5-minute, and then the 1-minute displace up, come back down into it. Yeah, what was the I don't remember what the news was. I pulled it up. Yes, a bee in my bonnet. Oh yeah, the 3-month and the 6-month bill auction at 11:30. New York Fed 1-year inflation comes out 11. Where do you see that at? Forex factory? Maybe. Financial juice. Yeah, Forex Factory doesn't have that either. It's annoying that some of these don't show. Oh yeah, what the hell? Why does that not show up on the other ones? That wouldn't have changed my mind on any trades I've taken today, but that definitely explains the chop right now. McLovin just seems like with this chop, the usual setups don't work as good as the days with good volume volatility. Yeah, for sure. Like there's a clear setup here. Obviously, if you bought the bottom when we came back right there, points were to be made. But even my longs up here, I could have held them with the stop at the lows because this is all still valid that we're in this, but I just wasn't willing to hold them. I do think this. I mean, until it proves that we break these lows, then this gap, like I should trust this gap until we break this low. I just don't want to. I don't know. I don't use them. I've tried using them in the past. Methodical man. Can I call you methodical bro? The only ones I always pull up Market Watch first just because it's easy to just spot like the big things like FOMC or any of the PP news. But that's just major US economic reports and Fed speakers. At least that's what it says. But there's no options to change it. And then this economic calendar from AMP also doesn't have anything, but I thought this would have had everything, but it doesn't have that 11 a.m. And then Financial Juice seems to have everything. Or wait, even a Forex Factory doesn't have that 11 either. 9:20 and then it skips to 12. Filter is on everything. So why is the 11 and both of the 1130s not on here? Financial Juice has 11 and the two bill auctions. But I guess we'll just stick with Forex Factory. It's got everything. Yes, the PP news, John. We got PP news this week. Maybe we'll have a suck zone on Friday. Trading economics. Oh, look at that. You can look at only the 3-star impacts. Don't tell me what to do. Why when I select America, it selects Honduras? Oh. Just, I'm all, let's look at everything. There's too much going on here. I can't, oh, okay. But what if there's news in other countries that affects us? Is RoboCop trading today? Yeah, this one just got out of a win right there. This one, I switched this guy to, we have been trading micros. I switched it to minis because it was red. It was down 200, which it shouldn't. When I backtested last week, it was green all week. So I don't know what I did. Did I close it early one day or change the contract size mid in the beginning of the week? I can't remember, and I was too lazy to go back and watch the streams to see what happened. But this was down like $200, so I just said, me and Cracks made an executive decision without the rest of you guys and switched this to one mini. So that's what it's been trading one mini right now. However, it did trade 5 minis on the first trade. It's hard to tell, but there were 5 minis there. So it's up 570. I think it would be red right now if it wasn't for that mistake, that accidental win in the beginning. But we'll take it. Okay, trading economics, America. So it says that we don't have any 3-star impacts today. 2 stars, yes. 1 star, yes. It is, but how do we do that all the time? I feel like all my green days are accidents. All right, so instead of just checking one site, we'll just check 30 sites every morning and see what news is out there. We have that bot in the Discord, and it's supposed to send a list of scheduled news for the day every morning, but it doesn't do that. But it says, I will send news to this channel at 6 every day, and it doesn't. But it if I ask it for the news, it will tell me. It just won't do it automatically. Yeah, it is. From my perspective, we're just stuck in this displacement. This move up, we're just coming back down here. We're just stuck in here. Got this fair value gap. and one on the 1 minute. Knives, what's going on? I think that's worth a
Order filled.
dab long.
Order cancelled. Order cancelled.
So far so good. I think this one would be red today, but it accidentally made a lot of money on the first trade. But there, for them to do good means they keep trading and keep taking the correct setups, not necessarily making money. But this chop, well, the bot didn't make an accident. I I made an accident setting it up. I switched it to minis and forgot to change from 5 micros to 1 mini, and I put it on minis and left the 5 there, and it entered with 5 minis. It was a happy accident, like Bob Ross would say. Man, this is some bad EA.
Order working.
I don't know, Kevin, because trading's pretty addicting. So I think even if these two down here proved their worth and they were making me tons of money, I'd probably still hop on and take manual trades just because it's addicting. Yeah, this one does not like this chop at all, but I mean, until we really know how good it's doing in different conditions, we're just gonna turn it on every day. And I didn't know we were gonna chop like this. And at some point, we're gonna get out of this chop, right? Okay. I mean, it's only 10:15, but I'm kind of already over this. Bot sold. Damn, Alito. You were going lower. And to start the day over on this guy, we were up almost a 1G, but this chop has just ate it up. Now we're down to 400. I am interested in running these on ES, but I haven't done any back testing with that. Just taking that on that gap. No, you haven't. You're never willing to hold. This is rough. I don't know if I want to take a short there. This is tough, guys. I mean, it probably will just keep chopping until the news. Like, why would it offer a move now? Like every minute we just get closer to that. So the feel like the chance of it offering anything significant decrease the closer we get. Yeah, pretty much, Knives. Well, one, the two news sites that I checked didn't have any major news events. Two, even if I saw that, I still would have taken trades because there's still stuff. There's still points to be had. Had I not, I got in a little too early up here. I know it's hindsight now, but then I did wait for a decent entry and catch a move up, but it's all good. And we don't, I mean, the markets, they never always do the same thing, you know? So sometimes we have chop before news, sometimes we don't. I guess it could be looked at as could have looked at it as a lower probability day and then just scaled down. I think I, I don't know. When you think the market does something all the time, it usually proves you wrong, right? I have said though that it's still respecting this displacement. So I believe higher prices it gives me no reason to think we're going lower until we break this low. But we could also just obviously sit in here until 11. That stop loss for this bot is 99% of the time it never gets hit. The bot will exit way before that automatically, which is built in. That stop is just there as a worst case scenario. If it happened to be in a trade, when news was coming around or something like that, and then the market does move quickly, prevents the loss from obviously being way too big, which that is too big, but that's usually never hit. When it gets into, you'll see if this starts moving down, it will probably exit around here, just depending on what price action is doing. This will be a good day for me, though, to run this guy on a different time frame and see what would have happened. But then it's a matter of how do I incorporate that automatically? Do I just throw it on a higher time frame when there's news events in the morning? How do I predict we're going to have chop? Or how do I make it automatic to know, okay, we're chopping, switch to a higher time frame? Another thing is I plan on adding to these daily profit goals and stop daily loss like limits, so you can set how much you're willing to lose in a day, and they'll just stop. I mean, that's probably the best thing. Yeah, you can, Kevin. Wait, you mean like me manually, or in like the bots manage it? I can. It places a trade on the chart, and then I can still move them around or exit them whenever I want. And reading more about Apex, that's how they would. They don't let you. How do I say it? They say they don't allow fully automated bots, but semi-automated is okay. So mine are semi-automated. They place a trade on the chart. They place a take profit and a stop loss just automatically brackets, but then you can manage the trade. Of course, there might be trades where you don't need to move the stop or you don't need to move the take profit, but the ability is there. Exactly, Delta. Yeah, so maybe instead of trying to predict the chop, it just a daily loss limit would just prevent um, a bad day from happening. Because like a person trading, after you take a few losses, you're either going to realize I need to make the decision and stop today because I can't call out the right moves, or you're tilting and you're going to make worse decisions. If we chop all day and a bot's not doing well, it's going to keep not doing well. It's just going to keep taking the trades and they're just not going to work out if we're chopping and the market's not offering those setups. Or if it offers the setups, it's going to, it's just going to keep taking them no matter what. So either I need to just shut it down when we're chopping like this, or add a daily loss so it just stops and then it can't get chopped up for the remainder of the session. There's just no way. Yeah, there's just no way around it, Knives. Or try to predict the chop and just switch it up on those days. I don't know. Maybe Delta can be our predictor. Delta can determine if we're going to chop or rank or trend. Then we can make our adjustments. It's pooping off in here. Based off of ICT principles. Yep, that's another thing, Joseph. When I run back tests, I don't check what the news is that day. I just let it run every day. However, if I did spend the time, maybe all those days are red all the time. So maybe I could improve the results by not trading it on those days. Whenever I've done long back testing sessions, I just really pay attention to the drawdown in the P&L. I need to go through and dig through the trades one by one, see how to improve things. Is this something? I haven't created a 5-second bot, but the 5-second strategy. I don't know. Today's just one of those days. It's like not worth being in it. We are still respecting the move from this morning. Let me take this stuff off here. Got this displacement that we are respecting. Like I said, I would expect higher prices unless this low is broken. I'm just not willing to sit in it the whole entire morning. But any of these longs I took, I could have just put my stop down here and my take profit. I kept aiming for this high at 60 and just leave it. But wasn't willing to be in an hour-long trade. And another thing with the 5-second strategy, that 515, if I traded that today, I wouldn't have been in anything yet because the first requirement, if I was doing checkboxes like you, Delta, would be to wait for a 5-minute fair value gap. And we haven't had a 5-minute fair value gap. So honestly, that would have kept us out of anything today. If you don't have a 5-minute fair value gap or something you don't even check box 1. You can't move on to step 2. Yeah, I just saw that on the 1 minute and the 5-minute, we right at market open, we had that dip down. Whatever. We took out that low on the 1 minute right there at open, then displaced up, come back into the gap, and then you expect us to keep going, but the market decided to go back into the gap and just trade in here for the next hour. Wonder if I should just stay out of the market completely if we have, like, I've been trading 9:30 to 11 a.m. So if there's news right after we're about to get out, or like, between 11 and 1, I should just not even trade in the morning. I think it's better when there's news during our session or news right before our session, like the 8:30 events. And anyone out there who has this one and you're running it, sometimes it just doesn't work. Or maybe you entered different settings than what I use and it worked out for you, but Can't promise something's going to work every day. Just doesn't work like that. That'd be too easy. I mean, I am kind of glad that our analysis after the market open is working. It's frustrating that yet again, I read the market, make my prediction, and it works, and then we lose money. That's kind of frustrating, but analyzing the market and trading are two totally different things. Still working on the trading part, I guess. There's the 50s. If this goes up to 60 before 11, this setup at 9:30 to me, Delta shows that we're going after this high. And that's what I was going after on my longs back here. Just wasn't willing to sit in an hour and a half long trade to get that. But after 60, I don't know. Do we go after the all-time highs? Or do we just take out those and then turn around, tricking everyone? But it looks like it's working. Obviously. I don't gotta tell you guys that it looks like we're going after 60 at those highs. Is it too late to get in to go after 60? Yeah, that's frustrating. If we don't get a fair value gap on the 5-minute, then this guy's not going to take any trades today, which is fine. We're only green on one account, Delta. On the other two accounts, I'm red. This one is red, and my TopStep is red. Oh, it's too much. Like I said, 500 is really like the most I want to lose on this account. That's what we did. So that one's going to stay there. Just a crappy day. So the move worked. Reading the markets worked. Just wasn't willing to hold. Actually, this account would be red as well if it wasn't for that accidental entry or accidental way over leveraged. So that one's only up 360, but the first trade was plus 780. So if we take off, that should have only been a $160 win. So if we take off $600, we'd be in the red right now. Not by a lot considering it's minis. It'd only be down a couple hundred, and that's not a bad red day with Nasdaq. So considering the chop this morning, I think that bot performed well. My manual trades, I kept my cool. I didn't like freak out or anything, so that's a plus. This adds to my confidence that I do know how to read the markets. I think it's just like I said, wasn't willing to sit through all that. But I've said it the whole time that unless we break these lows, I would expect higher prices, and I wanted these highs to be taken out, and that's what I was aiming for. And that this quick move right here to start the day off. We've been having so much chop the last couple months in the mornings, and we start the day off with grabbing liquidity and a displacement up. I thought we were ready to I thought we were gonna have a good day of clear setups. We displaced up, market turned red immediately to go back and reprice that displacement, but then it wasn't willing to do anything after that, and I wasn't willing to sit into those charts. So yeah, super choppy ale. Super choppy. I almost don't even want a gap to form. If this gap forms, then this bot will place limit orders in there. I don't even want this one to trade today. But that's also my emotions talking, and that defeats the whole purpose of having bots. What time frame do you watch, Delta? Oh, damn. ES is already up at the all-time highs, right? Yeah. Unbelievable. I know some of you guys probably thought I was insane for thinking higher prices. Where was it? Right here. I saw a couple people talking about selling. And I thought, not unless we take this guy out. We swept the liquidity back here. There's no need to go back down there. And if we do, then we can go lower. But until that's swept, until we break that low, higher prices should be expected. Joseph, does that mean that you haven't, none of your accounts have taken trades, or have they taken trades without you? Oh, it chopped the crap out of me. And then we get the move, and we haven't even had the news yet. So it's like, you can't win with these markets. You just can't win. We're talking about it's going to chop until the news, and it chops for an hour and 15 minutes, and then we get the move, and then we still have another 20 minutes until news. Joseph, I think that's how I would have mine if it wasn't for me also doing this YouTube thing. So it's kind of beneficial for me to show it off, stream it. I don't think it should short there, but you guys know number 2 does what it wants at the wrong times. And this is about to place orders right here. It should in 5 seconds. Boom, just like that. Why? Oh, okay. I see what it did. So that one, sometimes it has a negative RR, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends on the move. This is going to be interesting if it's in this trade when 11 rolls over. Number 2 works for no one. I saw a chart yesterday, or a graph, I think on Reddit, and it showed that the S&P 500, if you remove, right? Would that make sense? If you no. It was something like the S&P doesn't have any tech stocks in it, right? So it doesn't make sense. Maybe it was a humor post. I wasn't really looking at it. Never mind. I don't know if it was real or fake now. But they were saying if you remove all the tech stocks, then like everything else is at like its lowest it's been in a while. Yeah, I knew that, but I thought, oh, okay. And then for some reason, I was just assuming it was not involving tech stocks. But yeah, it said that if you remove all the tech stocks out of the S&P 500, then the S&P 500 is at the lowest it's been in a while. But with all the tech stocks in there, these were at all-time highs. What gives you that idea, methodical bro? This thing just freaking longed at all-time highs. Jesus. Oh, damn, Joseph. Oh, don't start giving me that, Alito. I wanted to long back at I wanted to long right here at 17,875. That was VWAP. Come on, give us 1 point. I was expecting this since the goddamn open. And I longed, and I just wasn't willing to hold it this whole morning. I have mech. Oh, no, I had my sister has like the machines that can make put logos on stuff, so I had her make me a hoodie. Maybe I'll make some. I don't want to, at least at this point, I'm not getting into offering that stuff, but maybe I'll make like one offs and then do them like with giveaways or something. But unless you use like, I feel like to get the good quality merch stuff, you have to buy all that ahead of time, you know, like buy like 100 sweatshirts ahead of time in order to get the good quality. Because like the drop shipping style where they just print them as orders come in, it's like really crappy quality. But like a I just bought a sweatshirt that I liked from American Eagle, I think. Yeah. And then just had my sister put the logo on it. But that way I know it's a good quality material and fit. Because all those other sites where you can just like print your logo, it's like the most garbage quality shirts and hoodies and hats. And maybe I could save money by doing merch giveaway instead of my cash. Yeah, everyone tells me that, Knives. Everyone tells me that except the people who win. They don't tell me that. Yeah, coffee mugs would be good too. Is Cracks, are you still here? Definitely been a grind, Knives. It's definitely been a grind. I feel like we'd have more people if I had been streaming from the beginning, but I mean, the goal is still to, improve my trading. And I think I'm still showing progress with that. Like I said, I just took losses on my manual trades on this account and my TopStep, and we're not freaking out. We're not we didn't start making bad decisions. So that's huge progress just from several weeks ago. I feel like if I started streaming in the beginning, because we've definitely taken off a little more since I started streaming, but I needed to focus on. I needed a lot of improvement back then. So what the hell, Alito? What? No. So you guys know a lot of you were here for the salted coffee day, right? um, Cracks heard that story the other day and then went and made this on like using AI and stuff, the image generators. And so it's so freaking cool. This little rat in like a coffee shop with salt everywhere. Could also be cocaine, but goes along with the salt coffee story, and it's freaking awesome. I think that needs to be on a coffee cup. Imagine we just rip another 200 points in all-time highs. Alito's having a stroke over there. All this and then nothing happens. It's 11 and it's just sitting there. Oh, I thought I saw that your girlfriend does that, right? Maybe we need a collab. Make a Rat Lord tumbler coffee cup. I'd rather do that than I'm not saying I want to do it yet. I don't know. I mean, that would be easy because obviously you guys would be taking care of all the everything else, but I don't know if I want to come out with anything yet. Got the bots right now. We'll wait on physical stuff. But I'd rather support you guys than do some crappy drop shipping stuff. All right, so this bot is done and both of our manual trades are done. We still got this guy that's out there. So our manual trades up here, down minus 268. Again, freaking called out all these moves, and if I would have just held and left my stop in at the lows, like my original analysis told me, we would have been fine, but wasn't willing to. I've been scalping, so didn't make sense to hold for like an hour and a half. But that market open showed what was going to happen. Just a matter of wading through all the chop. Bot number 2 ended with plus 229. we switched it from 5 micros to 1 mini. Today should have been a red day for it, and it technically was because our first trade of the day was plus 780 and it should have been plus 160 because I accidentally had it on 5 minis. So if that was set correctly, it would have had a red day today. But it did what it's supposed to do, and it stopped at 11. So that's all we can ask from it for now until we, start adding things or trying to improve it. Right now, it's pretty simple what it's doing. Kind of, relying on people out there who are also using it. They might, having a different set of eyes on it. Somebody may spot something that it's always doing that it shouldn't be doing, or something it could be doing and it's not, based on adding like an indicator. I don't know. And then we also have this guy over here, which he's done placing trades and moving them. And since this one has not been hit yet, that one's going to sit there until it either gets hit and then it's in a trade, or until 4 p.m. I'll sit here for a little longer, but probably not too much longer. And I'm obviously done taking manual trades. Have you guys taken anything? I don't remember seeing. I know Alito's missed some stuff. It's a decent entry ale, I think, right? Or that would be up here. Broke this. I just don't know, because you got a battle going on here. You got this displacement and then this. That's a tough short. He's ready though. In my opinion, I don't know if I would not take this short just because it didn't touch it. We got 2 points. You're going to miss a move over 2 points. I don't know if that's I used to do that and wait, but I was like, if it doesn't come back, then it's going to be going in my favor. And then if it does come back, I'm only risking an extra couple of points. Obviously, you don't want to do it if you're, if it's going to add 30 points to your stop loss, but if it's only a couple points, why not? And I'm not trying to talk you into any bad decisions or straying from your plan, obviously, if you are very strict with it, but that's just my personal opinion. Cool lows at 57 on the one. Are you streaming right now? I don't usually pay attention to lows like that. I like it when I like seeing like a move like this with equal lows. Like, see, we had these guys that were pretty close, and then obviously this one dipped down beneath, breaking those. I've never really paid attention when they're back to back like that within the same couple of candles. No, I'm not saying that they're not equal lows. I just don't normally, my eyes don't get drawn to that. I like it when it's got a nice hump, you know. I want curves. Or if we have, you know, like this. Well, we got curves there. Wayne, how's it going? I have not been watching the 2-minute. We used to trade only the 2-minute. We are green on one account, but that's by accident. Otherwise, this chop just chopped everything up today. Oh, I don't know if you're talking to me or Myth, but I guess you got the answer from both of us. I want to figure out how to avoid the losses that this guy took in here, but I just don't know if there is a way. There also might not be a need to, like I was saying earlier, it may be more important for it to just stop trading when it takes X amount of losses or is down X amount of dollars. Because usually when we start chopping, we chop for a while. So if we start taking losses, just stop. Don't take any more. On the 2-minute, we did come up into this gap, but this gap is not breaking any swings. So I don't know if I would trust that. It could still work, obviously. In the 1-minute gap, we did break a swing, but I don't know. You guys make me want to take trades. So if we don't close beneath there right now, then you're just done? Or you're waiting for any candle before a certain time? Not necessarily this one. Gotcha. Does Quantower have like, you know, those short and long positions you can draw with on TradingView? Does Quantower have an option like that? I'm curious what this move offered. Is that 2 times the size of this? If I entered here? I don't think so. All right, we can look. That's price. Oh, that's only 12. That was 8. So if this goes to 16, offered a 2-to-1. I'm looking at we had a bullish fair value gap, and then a few candles, and then a bearish fair value gap. And I want to code that because I think I can. I really think I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. My initial thought was like within the last 10 candles, if you have 2 opposing gaps, take it for either a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2, something like that. With the coding the bots. Yeah, I want a whole bot army, a rat bot army. Um 1-to-1s I think would be best for a bot though, because it could just take that all day. Oh, here's another one. So it wouldn't have taken that short on the 30-second. 7. Yeah, it was sleeping this morning, and then it woke up, and then it went back to bed. See, here's one. A bot could easily find these. Bullish, bearish, tagged in with the entry right there. Risking 6.5 points. What did it go to? It went to 10, so maybe just targeting 1-to-1s. I don't know. I'd have to build it and then see. Problem is some of them don't get tagged back in. So it may try a bunch of times and then only a few will end up working, but that's okay. It worked right here though. Longing on this gap. Risking 7 points. And so far we're up to close or 10. I was really hoping 1 to 2s would work, but maybe just 1 to 1s. I like that. Yeah, we could also get really close and tank. Man, ES don't care. It's out of here. I thought Myth was waiting on a short. What? I thought you were waiting on a short. You tricked us. Or did I miss short on a close? Then you just said, nah. How long? Look for both at all times. All right, everyone long. Joseph is sharing the secrets out here. How many contracts do I go long with? 50? Just depends on how long you want to hold for. I mean, I hate to repeat it, but I wanted higher prices back here. I just wasn't willing to hold through all of this. But it definitely worked, and the setup worked. The stop based on the setup held. So there's one thing you can take away from this is leave your stop where it is. Which one's Delta? These? I don't see any. I don't. Oh, this is Nasdaq. Micros looks more like a liquidity sweep, but the minis, it didn't. Maybe looking for a divergence on micros and minis is something. Has anyone thought of that? Got new highs again. All right, here we go. Where are we going to go to? I should have longed 50 micros when Joseph said they were all long. Nice, secure your money. Oh, we have aren't there people talking at 11:32? Or no, the those 3 and 6 month stuff. Just secure some money, Delta. US 6-month bill auction and 3-month. All right. I'm going to jump off. I'm just going to keep Quantower open and leave these orders on here and either let them get hit or they will be removed at 4 p.m. anyways. So if it ends up taking a trade, I'll take a screenshot and put it in Discord. But could take hours for that to happen, obviously. Or they just may never be hit. Sometimes that happens too. If we had... Wait, why did this not... So this one takes the most recent fair value gap on the 5-minute. It stops at 11. This bar... Wait, when this one closed, why didn't... Should these have been moved up here? If I had orders in here, they all would have worked, right? This candle closed at 10:55. I don't know. I don't know if that should have been moved or not. I don't think so. Or looking at the based on the times that those candles are, it seems like those should have been moved, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is how it's been running for ever, so well, you got something, right, Delta? So most trades we leave money on the table. That was I ran that for last week, so February 5th through the 9th, and then it was using the recommended settings that I use that I put in those documents that you got. But I can tell you today, this one didn't do too well, but that's because of all this chop, which was, I mean, like I said, I say it 1,000 times. Just because it did good in back testing doesn't mean this week or any day in the future is going to do the same performance. But we're basically betting that what we back test is going to give us a good indication of future results. But it doesn't always mean that doesn't always mean that's going to happen. Today was an example of that. This one just got chopped up today. And this one has an order on there, so I'll still leave that for later. I'll see if it gets tagged in or not. I don't know if it should have moved it up to this candle, though, because this fair value gap is before 11. Have a good one, cracks. All right, I'm jumping off here. This was a boring morning. But we kept our accounts. We kept the red day to a minimum. That's what's important, right, Knives? All right. If you guys keep trading, be careful, and talk to you guys later.